about some of the common experiences of Catholics at Mass, regular Mass. You know, go to the 11 o'clock Mass at the parish, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like you sit around and lots of, and maybe this, what you said earlier, that there's sort of a, you can't really explain it, but it seems like, this doesn't seem right to me. This doesn't seem like this should be going on. Tell us for a moment why, when the priest is facing the people versus what's called ad orientem. Explain what ad orientem is and why it's important.
Okay. It is, of course, facing east. The Church has always had this profound sense that our Lord will return from the east. And that is why in the ancient graveyards you will see that the Christians are always buried with their feet facing east, so that when the Lord returns, they will come up from the grave and they will face the coming Son, the Son of God. And it, of course, it is mirrored by nature. The sun rises in the east. How beautiful that is, that the nature itself, how beautiful that is, that the nature itself, we are really the eco-spiritualists, if you want to put it. The ecology is really liturgical, because when you are connected to the liturgy, nature makes sense. So the east is where the rising sun comes from, but we are an Easter people. Get it? Yeah. We are Easter because we are facing east, waiting for the risen Lord to come and return. And so when the priest and the people are all facing towards the Lord in that great gesture, it is eschatological. That means to say it is a gesture that is looking towards the end of the world. I know it sounds very apocalyptic, but it is, because at every Mass we are proclaiming the end of this material order, and we are waiting the return of the coming Lord. And that, I think, is something that is lost in that facing each other. It kind of has that very supperish kind of feel, you know, where, you know, if Father is not looking happy and looking grumpy, then everyone thinks something's got to be done and something's got to be said. No, it doesn't have to be said. This is, of course, the problem. It is not Father's dinner, and it isn't our banquet so much as it is the banquet of the Lamb. Yes, it is, but it truly is the august sacrifice. And that eschatological outlook that faces towards the east, waiting for the Lord's return, is not represented in the priest facing the people. It's not there, because, well, the priest I have in the Novus Ordo in my church have arranged my altar so that I am facing the crucifix. So I have placed a crucifix on the freestanding altar with an array of candles, which is very much in keeping with what our Holy Father is doing in what we call, kind of in a way, the Benedictine arrangement. But when I'm celebrating Mass, I am not facing my community. I am facing the risen and crucified Lord. So I'm looking at our Lord. And when I tell our people, and tell my people this, they understand this, you know. They have the privilege of being able to look at the crucifix during the Mass. The priest should have the same right to be able to face the risen Lord, to face the Lord in his mystery. And when he has to look out and see everyone going to the bathroom, it's not very nice. Sorry, I don't mean to say that, but I don't want to have to see everybody going to the bathroom, walking back and forth. Why? Sit down. It's only 1 hour. You don't need to go that often. Sorry.